Anthony Ford, Kong Armor. This is my latest project. This is in Liberty Township, Ohio. This deck, the color is Kings Canyon, and we're going to turn it back the same color. The only difference is we're going to use elastomer, go over top this, lock in a lot of gaps, close up a lot of gaps and cracks like you see here. Those are just pretty normal to wood. This deck's not really in bad shape, but the point is we're going to keep it from getting in bad shape, right? So it's got a lot of mold and mildew growth on it, as you can see over my shoulder here. We're going to eliminate that. It's also growing on their deck furniture out here as well. This thing's covered in mold, mildew really. Kind of see what they got going on, kind of get a large scale view of the deck here. Really neat color, sort of bluish gray color. This is pretty common color for decks in the area. I'll walk out here and kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at here. Just a little subdivision deck is basically what it is. Nice deck, built well, pretty well maintained. These people take care of their investment in their deck, you can tell, and that's good. And they're making the right choice now by picking a product that is going to last a lot longer. So we'll get started on this. So we got this bad boy clean. It has no mildew and mold on it anymore. That's gone. Thanks to the Power Stroke pressure washer, backup pressure washer. But what we did uncover with the tornado nozzle is that this board is completely gone. We didn't burn this. This paint actually just came up really easily, and underneath of it revealed this, which if you step on it crossways like this, which their boards run long ways, you're never going to feel it. You would have to come in and step like this in order to feel that rot, and it's still pretty firm through there actually, which is shocking. But there you go. We're going to pull this board for safety reason. What I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to put this grill over top of that back in that corner, and then we're going to put safety yellow and just flag this area off where no kids can go in there and step in there, because as it is right now they'd fall right through it, so, or their foot would anyways, and we want to prevent that. So yeah, so this area is now flagged off. They can choose to remove that when I leave if they want, but for safety reasons and for my liability, I flagged it as a caution area. I just don't want nobody stepping through that. Here's your little storage bin that was covered in mildew, completely clean. This is we got this at Walmart, and the only thing that's wrong with it is this oil valve cap won't screw in properly. Other than that, it fires right up every time. Does a good job. So what we're looking at here is we got some rot. Now a couple of these boards are going to get replaced. This board here is going to get replaced, and it looks ultimately as if this board here, which is rotted all the way through, is going to get replaced. There's going to be 2 epoxy repairs, one here and then one directly next to the board that's getting replaced here. So yeah, we're on it. So here's an area that we're actually going to epoxy repair this. And we work with a 3M Bondo product. We use several different epoxy solutions. But this particular deal, it goes in. This is actually a precursor before you do the actual Bondo repair. So what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll use this, and it penetrates the wood and just basically solidifies it. I mean, it'll make it hard as a rock. And also what it does is it creates a nice surface for our bond, or for our epoxy, whether we're using the Bondo brand or a different brand. It creates a nice surface, a good surface for adhesion for our epoxy to grab a hold of. So normally this sort of looks like this, you know, where it's fresh, or like that. And then we just come in with this, and this is sort of like a stain that'll penetrate this wood and lock out water. It'll keep the water from coming, if there is any water in the boards, it'll keep it from coming out this way and messing with our epoxy repair. Sort of like a primer, sort of, for epoxy.
Alright, as you can see here, we replaced 2 boards that were so badly rotted that it was rotted all the way down through the bottom. And whenever we went to dig it out and see if we could just save it, with like we did with this one here and this one here, we used a couple products. One of them was Bondo liquid hardener for rotted areas, and then we patched it with Bondo wood fill. And we put this layer of Bondo wood fill over top of it, and once we come back, we'll come back and we'll sand it down and we'll paint everything.
Yep.
It'll look extremely nice as soon as it's sanded down and painted.
Here at the Liberty Township Canyon Deck project, we're starting on the outside, painting the outside rails now. The floor and the steps will be the last thing that we do. But there's my elastomer. Getting down into these all the way around. So this will end up getting, what I'm doing right now is we're rolling out the top of this deck with elastomer, and this will actually end up getting at least 2 more of these top coats like this after this one, and then I'll see how the build is after that. But yeah, starting to look a lot better. A lot better. I'm getting ready to do this deck floor. I'm getting ready to build this deck floor really thickly with our elastomer. This deck was in good condition. It didn't have a failed coating or anything like that, so we're going to get really good adhesion on it. It's going to make this this is going to last a really good long time for this family. But what I'm doing now, and we do this on every deck, I'll show you guys real quick. I'm actually taking a 4-inch deck brush, and this thing's made of hog hair. Yep, pig hair. And what I'll do is, we put a coat on yesterday, but what we like to do is, I don't know if you've ever been out on the deck, and when you're looking at it like this, you can see down in between the deck boards where you know, you can see an old color, or the wood's not painted where you can see it. So what we do is we take this we take this deck brush and we just get down. Hard for me to do holding the camera, but you get the idea. We'll go down the line on these lines here, shove this down in there real good, and make sure that we get as much of that in between the cracks as possible. I look kind of goofy with paint on my lip, but if you or anybody you know has a problem deck, a deck that has peeling paint, peeling deck over, peeling restore, it's just badly weathered, gray wood, we can help them out, turn it into this, right? Holler at Kong Armor. You can do that by sending us a message through Facebook. You can go to www.kongarmor.com. You can call me, Anthony Ford, directly, 859-815-0652.